You ever just get that gut feeling that faster isn't always better? I mean, we live in a world that's just constantly screaming at us to speed up, optimize everything, get it done right now. But there's this powerful, almost rebellious idea that the best things in life, yeah, they actually take time. So let's dive into that. Let's make the case for choosing slow. This quote, wow, it really gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It suggests there's this built-in trade-off between speed and quality, between getting something immediately and getting something meaningful. This isn't just some nice thought, it's a whole new way of looking at our everyday choices. All right, before we get into all the data and the science, let's start with something we can all relate to, that intuitive feeling. It's that sense you get when you know a process, when it's done slowly and with care, just gives you a richer, more satisfying result. Think about it like this. You could go for the quick fix, liposuction. Sure, it's fast, but it doesn't build any real strength. Or you can embrace the slow, deliberate grind of working out. The result you get from that is earned, it's lasting, and the journey itself actually changes you. It's the exact same thing with food, right? A microwave meal is instant, but let's be honest, it's usually bland and totally impersonal. Now compare that to taking the time to cook a meal from scratch. The chopping, the seasoning, the care you put into it. The result isn't just food, it's a whole experience. And this is a great example when it comes to learning. On one side, you've got the convenience of an audiobook, which is awesome for multitasking. But on the other, you have this slow, immersive process of actually reading. When you sit with a physical book, you pause, you think, you engage so much more deeply, and you're way more likely to remember what you read. Okay, so we've got this really strong intuition that slower is better. But is that all it is? Is it just a feeling, a vibe, or is there something more concrete behind it? Well, it turns out, this intuition is actually the foundation of a global movement. That's right. This whole philosophy is the very core of what's called the slow food movement. It was founded way back in the 1980s as a direct response to the rise of fast food, and it's all built on three main principles that connect our personal health to the health of our communities and even the planet. So first up is the principle of good. Now, this isn't just about how food tastes, though that's definitely part of it. It's about recognizing that truly good food is wholesome, it's whole, and it's packed with the nutrients our bodies are actually craving. So according to the slow food model, good food is made from real ingredients and it's prepared with a sense of joy and care. The whole idea is that food grown and prepared this way is just fundamentally better for us. It nurtures both our body and our mind. And get this. It's not just a feeling, there is hard data to back this up. For instance, research comparing organic produce, which, grows at a more natural, slower pace, to the conventional stuff found that, on average, the organic versions had 27% more vitamin C. That is a huge difference. And it doesn't stop with vitamin C. As you can see from this list, study after study shows that produce from these slower organic systems tends to have higher levels of all kinds of good stuff, like antioxidants, phytochemicals, and essential minerals like iron and magnesium. The bottom line is, how we grow our food directly impacts what we get out of it. The second principle is clean, and this one focuses on the invisible cost of our demand for fast, perfect-looking food, all the chemicals used to produce it. Clean food is all about avoiding harm. It's grown in a way that doesn't load our bodies up with contaminants or pollute our environment with synthetic pesticides and fertilizers. It's a recognition that our food choices have consequences that go way beyond our own dinner plate. This quote really connects back to that visceral feeling about the microwave meal. When food is processed for speed and convenience, it's not just that the nutrients get stripped out. Often, harmful chemicals get added in, both in how it's grown and how it's prepared. And this chart just lays it all out so starkly. Look at that bar on the left. A huge review found that 38% of conventional produce samples had pesticide residues. Now compare that to the tiny bar on the right for organic produce, only 7%. That means by choosing organic, you can lower your risk of pesticide contamination by over 30%. And why does this matter so much? Because long-term exposure to these chemicals has been linked to a really terrifying list of serious health problems. We're talking about an increased risk for multiple types of cancer, neurological damage, and reproductive issues. This is the hidden cost of fast agriculture. Okay, so the final pillar, fair, shows us that our choice to slow down isn't just about us.
It creates this amazing positive ripple effect through our entire community. FAIR is all about economic and social justice. It means the farmers who work incredibly hard to grow our food get paid fairly for their labor, and that healthy, wholesome food is accessible to everyone in the community, not just a privileged few. Okay, let's trace this loop together. When a community has better access to fresh, local food, people's diets improve. That leads to better health across the board, which naturally lowers healthcare costs for everyone. And that leaves more money in people's pockets, which can then be used to support the very local food system that started this incredible positive cycle. And check out this other powerful loop. This one's based on land use. When you support local farms, you help keep them in business, which preserves farmland. This can actually lower property taxes for the whole community, which again increases personal income and creates even more stable support for that local food system. It's a self-reinforcing cycle of community well-being. It's amazing. So, you see, our intuition is actually backed by science. And this philosophy has the power to transform not just our health, but our entire communities. And this brings us right back to where we started, the simple, personal choice to just slow down. Wow, that is such a sharp observation. The pressure to live in the instant food, instant communication, instant gratification, it's more intense than it has ever been, especially for younger generations who've grown up completely immersed in it. The default setting of our world has become fast. So, what this all comes down to is this. Choosing slow isn't about being lazy or falling behind. It's a conscious, powerful act of resistance. It's about deliberately choosing quality over quantity, meaning over immediacy, and your own well-being over just pure efficiency.
And that's really the question I want to leave you with. It doesn't have to be some massive life overhaul. Maybe it's just cooking one meal from scratch this week, or maybe it's putting your phone away and reading one chapter of a real book. In a world that is constantly accelerating, where are you going to make the choice to put on the brakes?